that's what's fun about this is, you set some goals, you make sure they align with your values, you make sure that your priorities are in check of what matters the most. And then we execute and we look out for each other and we build each other up along the way. And then at the end of the year, we've had our successes, we've had some of our failures and disappointments, but we learned from them. And now we get to move on and even be better next year.
Hello, everyone. We are Greg and Jacquie Francis, and welcome to High Performance Parenting, where our passionate goal is to encourage you to raise champion children in a crazy world. Every week, we will bring you multiple episodes from our extensive experience of raising our six happy, healthy, successful, godly kids who are confidently equipped to win big in life.
We deeply believe that any parent who is provided with the right knowledge and continual support can raise amazing kids. And when they do, all of our futures get better. If raising up future generations of absolute champions matters to you as much as it does to us, here's how you can contribute. Like and share this podcast with everyone you know. And together, let's embrace this journey of raising champion kids in a crazy world. Okay, here we go. This is part 3. We are continuing our end of year questions of remembering this past year. So how about this one? What is the biggest surprise that you had this past year? Something that surprised you?
One of the biggest surprises was I got a bow and arrow for Christmas.
Yeah.
That was a big surprise.
And you're really good at it.
I know. I surprised myself by how good I am.
Yeah. You got your little brother upset right now because he don't know how to beat you right now.
I know. I'm being good.
And he's used to being good at everything.
I'm like the best at this. So it's really nice. And I'm actually right-handed at it instead of left-handed because I write left-handed, but I bat right-handed and left-handed. I do a lot of different things. I'm like, I'm stronger on my right side right now.
Yeah, I love that. You have a unique ability to be able to do different things from different sides all the time. It's really cool. Crissy?
I think one of the biggest surprises, one of them was that, so I didn't know that my dad was learning how to do all this goal planning when he took that Pathfinder's course at our church. So I didn't realize how much work went into it. We said that a few episodes ago, but I didn't realize how much work went into really planning to make your next year's your greatest years. So that was kind of surprising. Yeah. And I surprised myself at how good I was at certain sports. Like I like at cross country, I didn't realize that I would be like the best in the school. Mm-hmm. Like, 'cause like the first practice, I wasn't like first up in the practice. I was like in the middle of all the kids. But then like by the time we did like a 3-mile run, I was like the first one of the girls in. Yeah. So that was great.
Yeah. And it's a big school.
Yeah, it's big. We had like 40 kids on our cross country team.
Right. That's just on our team. And then you have to compete against all these other teams that have that many kids also. So, I mean, when I grew up in a small school and there was maybe like 6 kids on a cross country team. It wasn't like this. So, okay, that's really cool. All right, next one. And I like this one a lot, actually. What compliment would you have liked to have received this past year that maybe you didn't or would like to have heard more of? It's a little tricky one for us. We do a lot of complimenting in our household.
Yes, we do.
We edify each week just about, with our team meetings about what we really appreciate from each other. But sometimes, though, maybe they miss something, that you maybe would have liked someone to have noticed more or you got complimented on. Anything come to mind?
Well, I know it's a very simple thing since we get very complimented in our house, but like I feel like lately when I do like laundry, like I share like the laundry job with 2 other sisters and we each do like 3 days in a row and then we keep alternating. But I think that I'm pretty good at being like on it with doing
First of all, how much laundry gets done in our house in a day?
2 loads get started and sometimes more. If we get back from a trip, we just start a load every single time one gets out. And it's crazy. And we have 2 washer machines.
We have 2 washers and 1 dryer right now.
Yeah, and we're getting that second dryer too. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm pretty good at being on it with starting the loads and bringing them out and reminding people and stuff like that. So I feel like that was... I was proud of myself for that, and I feel like it doesn't always get noticed since everybody's so busy. I mean, I don't expect everybody to focus on something as little as laundry.
So you want people to notice that you are a laundry leader.
Yes, I am. So my dad once, so Drews takes care of his clothes, and so for some reason, well, not for some reason. So for like, my dad was like, Crissy, can you start folding my clothes? I'm like, sure. He's like, I just know you do it at a standard of excellence. I'm like, oh, I want to fold your clothes. I don't care if it's more work. And I do it at a standard of excellence.
When you do it, it's like better than coming out of, the store. Yeah. It's awesome. Drew, sometimes it's a kind of a ball with, dog hair wrapped in it.
Yeah. Yeah, because he does it like while watching the game. He sits on the ground and then the dogs start laying on the
so
clothes.
sanguine.
And like the other day ago, Dad's clothes were in his area of clothes, like in his bedroom. Like Dad's clothes were in his bedroom. Like,
in Drew's bedroom?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Mom was like,
I've been looking for stuff.
yeah, like your turkey shirt. Mom was like, Drews, why is this here? Because like yesterday or the day before, I don't know, it was like a big cleanup day for the kids in their bedroom because it was a little messy. So.
Yeah.
Like even today, though, it's like a big day for college football because Michigan's playing Alabama in the Rose Bowl. And so, of course, Chrissy's got her Michigan shirt on. I got my Michigan sweatshirt ready. Drew's wearing, but he comes out in what? He comes out in my sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is really big on him because he's super like
he's
slim
12 and he's super like just thin and athletic and he's not a big boy yet. And, I weigh 240 pounds and wear 2XL. And he comes out and he doesn't even know it. That's the crazy part. Like somebody had to tell him, like Mom told him, and then had to argue with him about it. That it's actually not his.
That's so funny.
He's such a hoot.
That happened.
Yeah. So was there a compliment for you, Abs?
I don't think so, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I really felt like I was getting complimented for a lot of things.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You feel pretty complimented up.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good thing. It means that we're doing a good job with recognition around here.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How about this one? Is there a compliment you would have liked to have given this past year that maybe you didn't or forgot to or, just didn't for some reason?
Well, I feel like we also give a lot of good compliments because every night during prayers, we say what we love about the person. So we basically, everybody says what they love about a person almost once a week because there's 8 of us and 7 days in a week.
Yeah.
So almost once a week.
And that doesn't even count like even our recognition through our team meetings.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
So we know how important it is to get recognized because when you're full of like good feelings about yourself, that's when you can give away good feelings.
That's right.
So we think that's very important in our family.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I could have noticed, like, there's a lot of girls in our family, so it's really easy to give a compliment because I'm a girl and it's easy to, like, notice different things that they do. But maybe I could have noticed Drewsy a little bit more and noticed what he's done good because I feel like there is his chores, but there's things that we don't even see that he does, and maybe I could have noticed a little bit more and recognized what he's done, whether it comes to, like, around the circle when it comes, because sometimes I feel like it might be repeating or it might be just repeated a lot of what he does.
Yeah.
But really just focus on what he really works hard on. Like today, he really worked hard on his writing assignment and finished it. And it actually sounded really good.
Yeah. Like a few weeks ago, he didn't really have like his grammar right he had his grammar right. He just needed a few extra edits. Like that's how we all started out. We started doing this kind of writing like 3 years ago. So he's just starting at our level because he's a very smart kid. So he finished it today and had such big improvement over 3 weeks. I'm like, good job, Drew. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, he's sometimes he's just so flippant about stuff that you almost can get like annoyed with him because it's just, because you guys are like working so diligently.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you'll like focus in and he'll go to work. Doesn't really say anything about it. And all of a sudden he's like, acing everything. And he's
exactly.
just,
like this morning we were making like French toast and he comes out of the schoolroom. I'm like, what are you looking at on your iPad? And then he comes and reads Mama's paper. I'm like, oh, those are some LYs and adjectives. Like, nice, Drews.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that maybe I could have recognized Ellie a bit. Like she's sometimes I feel like I forget that she's 3 years younger than I am. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, when she's not like, maybe she doesn't understand like or doesn't remember how he made a certain meal or like she isn't as competitive making something though she's super competitive. Maybe she's not like as strong for the bow and arrow or something like that. Just for an example, like I feel like I need to remember that she's 3 years younger and I was 10 at one point. And I remember being 10 because I had an awesome 10th birthday. But that was cool. But I feel like just remembering that she's 3 years younger and that she's still trying to develop.
It's really good because, she gets pooled in with all of you guys. Whether we compete in a golf round or something, you guys all got to play at shorter distances when you were 10.
Yeah,
she has to play from the red tees because you guys do now. And so she's always trying to like keep up.
And she's still beating us.
And she still does pretty good, But at the same time, though, even though she's still beating you, she needs that extra encouragement. She needs that extra, someone noticing the things she's doing right. Because she can get really hung up on the things she can't keep up with you guys in, which a lot of it has to do with just even growth, like physical growth.
Yeah.
Y'all are stronger. Like every year you come back and play a new sport, you're stronger.
Right? Exactly.
So imagine being 10 years or 3 years younger and, trying to remember what it was like to be not as tall, not as strong.
Yeah.
Not as fast.
Right. Exactly. She's a half a head shorter than I am right now.
Yeah. That's why, though, even as she starts getting into some more sports here soon, she's going to start competing against kids her age.
Oh, and she's going to be so happy. She's going to get first place in everything.
She's going to beat him so good.
She's really strong for her little 10-year-old body.
Well, that's what happened with me. I was the youngest. And so the main person I usually played with was my brother Jerry. He's 5 years older than me. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so whether it was just like backyard football or driveway basketball, it was always me against him and his friends. And they would beat the tar out of me. But I got tough. And so by the time I was like a freshman, going against other freshmen was no problem at all. It was nothing. So that's what helped me get good. So overall, it ended up being a good thing, which is cool. Okay. All right. Last one for completing this past year. Is there anything else that you think you need to do or say for this past year at all? Is there anything left lingering in any way? Or do you feel like you pretty much have tied this past year up pretty good?
I feel like I've really ended off the year right because we did a lot this year.
We did do so much work.
Oh my
this last
gosh.
4 weeks. We focused on goal setting, goal planning. We've hashed. How many times have we talked about it? We have hours and hours of conversations.
Dad's like, one night, I remember we were doing goal planning, and it's like we were doing it, and Dad's like going in and hanging out with Mom, because that's what normally happens is we kind of get a play at night, and Mom and Dad get their connect time because it's so busy throughout the day. That's their connect time. And Dad's like, we're going to pause on the goal planning tonight. And then I go up, like after I shower, I do my thing, and I'm like, Mom, is it okay if I have some screen time so I can do my goal planning? She's like, sure. And then she's like, wait, you probably should ask Dad because he said to pause. And then I go up to Dad. I'm like, Dad, I got something important to tell you. I'm like, Dad, can I do goal planning? He's like, sure. I just needed a break.
Yeah, I needed a night off.
Dad, we have a habit of asking him like a million questions
because there's so many
every
of
second.
us.
Yeah, like we'll literally walk into the room. He's playing like some football thing. We're like, wait, is that team ranked? Wait, who's their quarterback? What's the score? Guys, it just switched to the ad. I don't know. Okay.
Oh yeah. If we had like a question, counter per day, I can't imagine how many it would be in a day.
Yeah. We asked Dad
and then when you guys get to meet other people and you talk football or something for a minute, how impressed are they?
Right. Like
so
we were at a class at our church. It's called DNA, where we learn about like the culture and how the church started and everything. And we were in the third class because they do one per week. And we were like, I saw someone with the Kansas City Chiefs watch band. I'm like, you root for Kansas City? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, they just won the Super Bowl last year. And he's like, yeah. And then we were talking football, like we know a bunch about it. He's like, you girls really know your football. We're like,
So true.
When Daddy doesn't answer the questions, we ask Drews, and he knows like everything also. So that's great. I feel like we really tied off the year really great because like doing all this goal planning really, really has you ask yourself questions that you didn't even know you needed to be asked. So I thought that we really tied it off with a nice red bow and had it like we had a great beginning to this next year and closing off of last year. So I thought we did it right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, also just having those goals for the next year, I feel like got everything out for me of what I needed to be said, whether it was my goals for making money or just different goals that I had. I feel like that was like the final thing that like really helped me. Is like, I'm going to get back on track and start growing again instead of not even starting to finish.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And we'll talk about some of that stuff here coming up. But It's quite a year this past year, man.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
what's happened?
A lot of changes, you know. I mean, we were talking about a little bit last night because it was, you know, New Year's Eve, and we were talking about just thinking back on the year and what were some of the key highlights, and I was just thinking about it, I'm like, man, we were still living in our lake house a year ago. Like,
right. I'm like, wait, did we move this year? Because it seemed like it went so slow but so fast at the same time. Like,
you're right.
So
That's a good way to describe it, because I remember like moving out of Lake House felt painful, you know, because we had to just pack up so much stuff. Because it's a big house, you know, 6-car garage full of stuff.
We have closets full of stuff that we never use.
Oh my gosh, so much stuff. And so it was a decade's worth of things just adding up.
Right. Yeah. We had this patch of grass around our on our driveway, and we had garbage bags all around it for the garbage truck to come pick up, but we had so much stuff.
Yeah, but I remember we did a last ping pong match. It was like a whole, I don't know if it was double elimination. I meant double, you know, like if you get out, you get to go in the lose bracket. I don't know what it was. I think me and Bella won the last game.
I think so.
We played it at our lake house because
we had some battles in the lake house. Like we had such a great ping pong and pool setup.
Ping pong table was a pool table as well, so you could take off the top. So it was so nice. And then once it was sold, we had to use tables. We brought tables from different rooms and made our ping pong table.
Right, and put our top on top of it.
So we could still play till the last day we left because we couldn't bring it along. So it was super fun.
Yeah, for sure. Well, nice job having a super successful year this past year, you guys. And, you know, that's what's fun about this is, you know, you set some goals, you make sure they align with your values, you make sure that your priorities are in check of what matters the most. And then we execute and we look out for each other and we build each other up along the way. And then at the end of the year, you know, we've had our successes, we've had some of our failures and disappointments, but we learned from them. And now we get to move on and even be better next year. So.
Yep. Great. What?
I thought you were going to add something. You just gave me a yip.
That reminds me. In Florida once, Bella was coming in the door. Dad was inside, and she was talking to Drews outside, and she goes, "Yup." And Dad goes, "Is that the new greeting?" And she's like, I don't remember. I don't know what she said, but
I think she was saying something to somebody else, you know, when she was walking out, but she was looking at me, and she goes, "Yup." And so it's been the running joke for a while now. Whenever I see her, I'll say, "Hi, Abbie. Hey, Chris." Yup. I see Bella. Yup, Bella. All right. You guys are funny. Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening, and thanks for your love and support. We hope that today's episode added tremendous value to you and your family. It would mean so much to us if you would partner with us on our mission of helping parents around the globe raise champion children in this crazy world.
To do so, simply take a moment to like and share this podcast with everyone in your network. See you next time.